Jacob Lurvy, and I see a bunch of shoes on your feet. I see sandals, tennis shoes, or sneakers, and I'm assuming those are some fancy sandals you got there. So today is about shoes and what is better for a free runner or parkour, however, urban gymnastics, however you want to call it or see it. This would be the best shoe in my opinion. It is called a Vibram 5-finger shoe. You have your toes that can individually go into the shoe here to get as best traction as possible. That is the first thing, is also the traction as well. You want great traction. This is a super thin rubber at the very bottom of the shoe, giving you a better grip to actually grab onto. They only indent into the shoe about ½ an inch or ¼ of an inch. So big rocks won't get stuck in there and make it smooth. That's the one thing you don't want, is a smooth shoe. Otherwise there's no traction with the ground or the wall, whatever you're doing. The second shoe is just a regular tennis shoe. It's Skechers, it could be Nike, doesn't matter. You can see the actual bottom of the shoe is rubber. It's also pretty squishy, and it's about an inch thick. This is not so good because it can deform how you run, because you tend to go heel toe in these shoes. As of the toe shoes, you run on your actual, the balls of your feet, the balls of your feet. With these shoes, they can also get large rocks stuck in them. I've actually had this happen many times right here, and another place is in this little corner. It can actually, it'll mess up. It kind of makes your foot kind of go in a little bit, which is definitely not good, because then you're putting all your weight on the left side. The third and worst shoe, it's a smooth bottom. These are better for skateboarders, people who like to skateboard. The insole they sort of support the arch, not exactly, but when you're flat-footed or you have a high arch and it's a smooth bottom shoe, it tends to do bad for your spine. That's the one thing you don't want. Smooth shoe, you get no traction whatsoever, you just slip, especially when it's icy or wet outside. Now back to the Vibrams. The insoles of these shoes fit perfectly to your foot. When you go to the store, you want to go personally so you can find the right size. You even have an arch that fits right in here that they even built into the shoe, where you could see it kind of lifts up a little bit. The Skechers, it does have an arch on the inside. It's hard to see, but there is some arch. It's about medium. It'll be in between the 440s and the 220s. 220, I believe, is the higher arch, or the flatter bottom, I can't remember, one of the two. But this is in between. So if you have a higher arch, you tend to have problems running or just walking at all. And if you're flat-footed, well, it's going to hurt the inside of your foot because you're putting so much pressure on something so high within the shoe. The skateboard shoe or smooth bottom shoe is pretty much the same way. It's more of a 220, which is the flat foot. It does give support, but it's super loose, especially for running. You don't want to wear these. Has squishy inside bottom though. The coolest thing, and the reason why I would say that these are the best, is the mobility in a shoe. When you have a shoe, you want it to be able to flex. See how it has a cutout for my ankle? So if I have to, I can bend anyway and it won't affect like a basketball shoe. It'll have ankle supporters. You don't want ankle supporters when a free runner. You want as much mobility as you possibly can. Same with the Skechers. You also have the cutoff in order for your shoe to your ankle to be flexible and have more mobility. These are the second best shoes. Most of these are used by free runners. It has good traction, but again, you can get rocks stuck in them. So these are the second preferred shoes to use. So also have ankles. Again, these also have mobility in them, especially they have the cutoff for the ankles. Although these are, like I said, better for skateboarders. So these are good, but got a flat bottom. It's not what you want. When running, It's bad for, we have a natural way of running. When you run on your bare feet, you tend to run on the balls of your feet or close to your toes. This is how we're supposed to run. You want to make it short. We're not supposed to do long strides and run heel toe. That's super bad. It'll send vibrations up to the spine and causes major pain, and in the long run, it could cause slip disc or anything. So this is why free runners prefer the actual 5-finger toe shoe, because you run naturally, you run the way you need to run. You cause no damage whatsoever to your body. You run your natural way, and it has the best traction, best mobility. And if you're a rock climber, you can also use your toes individually to give as much strength as possible, as to where it's where it's covered completely. You only can use your big toe or your second biggest toe. You can't use your other toes as much. So this is why these are the preferred shoes to use when rock climbing, free running, anything that involves activities. These are the best. They're also waterproof and dry really quickly and machine washable. Thank you.